Hi, Donna.
Hi, Mark.
You ready for a swing lesson today?
I am. Swing is such a great dance to do with a partner. It's so much fun. You can do it to all kinds of different music. You can do it to rock and roll or to pop, jazz music, easy listening.
Okay, well then let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, there's two kinds of swing. There's a single swing and a triple swing. Now all swing is in 4/4 time, so that means we'll have 2 beats and going in our mind all the time. 2 beats to the side, 2 beats to the side, whether we do a single count or a triple count. So I'll just show you what the single count looks like. We're going to dance 2 beats to the one side, 2 beats to the other side, and a rock step. So it'll look like this with a little upbeat. We'll do some turns and we'll show you that in a second. So starting with the man's part, I'm going to turn my back to the camera so you can follow. Man's going to dance left foot to the side and then replacing right foot to the other side. Right? So we went side and then back with the left and replace forward. That's a rock step. So we go side, side, and rock step. Side, side, and rock step. Now the ladies part, again, Dawn will have her back to you. She's going to dance right foot, the natural opposite from the man, then left foot, and then rock back on right and replace left. So she's got right, left, rock, step, side, side, and rock, step. So counting that in our head, we would have 2 beats, 1, 2, 1, 2, which makes the rock step a little faster for 1, 1. So here we go. We've got 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 1. Now just one more thing about the basic. When you do the rock step, we usually start out with a 2-hand hold just to learn the pattern. But when we get together, normally the swing hold is man puts his right hand on lady's back, shoulder blade, and then they're going to take a relaxed hold, unlike more formal ballroom dances. So when we take the basic, now if we do the back step the way we've been doing it, we'll end up separating. So what we'll do is we'll turn just a little bit and over-rotate the back step. So everybody goes back in the same direction. And there we go, there's our basic step. Now, swing is full of steps that do lots of different kinds of turns, one way and the other way. So we're going to take a start. We're going to start with an underarm turn, where the lady's going to turn to the right, as the man does his basic and leads her through, all right? And we'll talk about leading and following later, but there will end up to be no order to the steps. The man will decide which step we can do and lead the lady into that direction. So, man's part for the underarm turn is to do his basic on the spot, and anytime after he does the back step, he can raise his left hand, and that would be the lead for her to turn to the right and rock step. So he's got 1, 2, rock step for the basic, and he's also got 1, 2, rock step for the underarm turn.
So, Mark, that means that the man's part really doesn't change that much whether or not he's doing the basic or leading the underarm
Correct.
turn.
It'll be exactly the same step, only the fact that he's leading.
Okay.
Right, now the ladies' part will be, we'll do a basic to get started, and then after the back step, I'll raise the left hand. She'll step right foot, same spot, but indicating that she's going to turn. She starts turning her body. Then she'll turn to the right onto her left foot, and then the rock step she'll take back, always facing the man. All right, so she's turning to the right. After the basic, she steps right foot, turning right, left foot, and then back, rock. And we'll show you that one last time from the man's perspective, from his back. He does basic, 2, rock, step, underarm turn, lead, 2, and rock, step. Now, the best step to do from there is to turn the other direction. Many times in the dancing, if you can get a back and forth sort of momentum, you get a nice feeling from the steps. So, the inside turn will look like this. We'll have been separated, and lady will turn to the left as the man, again, does his basic, 2, and rock, step, and from there we can come back to a closed hold, back to the basic. So, man's part for the underarm turn initially will be the same, again, step as the basic. So he's got side, side, rock, step while she's turning. The ladies part will have been separated, so we can get, maybe Dawn put her back to the camera, and then we'll go rock, step. She's going to turn to the left this time. So she steps side on her right, turning left, and then continue to turn so she can go side, face her partner, and then we'll do a rock, step. So we'll show that one more time from the rock step. She does side and rock, step. So if we put all that together, we've got a basic step, basic rock, step. We've got side, turning, rock, step, and then side, turning, and rock, step, which would bring us back to the basic step. And turn around and do that one more time. So we've got basic, rock, step, turn to the right, rock, step, and turn, and through, and rock, step, and back to the basic. Now, time for the guys to stop moving around. Guys, you do your basic step, but you've got to make sure that in an effort to not look like you've only got the basic step and that's all you've got, we're going to move it around. So what you'll do is, wherever you send the lady, you'll go in the direction where she came from. So when you do the basic, she'll go off to your left, she's turning to the right, and you will slide over to where she was so that you can face her. And now, same thing, as she turns through, you'll move your basic and also face the lady, and then back to the dance position. So just the man's part will be a basic step. As she turns, I turn to the left to face her. As I turn her to the inside, I turn my body to the right to face her, and then back to the basic.
That actually feels more comfortable for the lady when the guy's turning like that, to go where the lady used to be.
As we get to talk a little more about lead and follow, it's nice to have what we call a connection, where you would work off of each other. And this connection feeling, it's nice to use each other's weight and movement to work off each other. It makes it a little more dynamic, a little less just static on the spot. So we'll show that one more time when we would do the basic. And then as she turns, I'll turn. We get a little connection against each other, and a little connection against each other, and back to the beginning. Guys, just remember, we have a little connection, we call it. Don't pull too hard, right? You want to just pull at the rate that's going to feel comfortable to get the step through.
And ladies, while the guy is making that pulling action, you should resist exactly with the same amount of pressure that the guy is applying. So if he's pulling with maybe 5 pounds of pressure, then you give that same pull back.
At a high level, that would become from very delicate to very, very connected. So let's move on now to one more step we're going to use, which is called a throwaway. And then we're going to transfer what we learned in single swing into triple swing. The throwaway is just another nice step to lead the lady out from dance position. There's very few steps that you can do from dance position because we're a little crowded. By doing the throwaway, then I'm able to work into other types of steps, other combinations. So, men, you will, backing the camera, do your basic, and then you will turn a quarter turn with your basic, and then you'll be leading the lady out with both hands and then releasing the right hand. And the ladies will, from the basic, as she's led, she'll be turning to the left, quarter turn, and facing each other. So we've got basic, 1, 2, rock, step, throw out, 2, rock, step, and then we can come back or go into another step. So everything we've done so far is basic, underarm turn to the right, underarm turn to the left. We'll go back to the basic to close, and then the throwaway is a way to separate.
That was a great start with the single timing. Can we go into the triple timing now?
Sure, let's convert that into triple time. So just a quick summary of the single. The reason we taught single first, because it's a little bit easier stepwise, and it is useful. Some swings are very fast. If the music's very fast, you need a single step to be able to keep up to that timing. If I tried to do a triple step to that, much too difficult. On the other hand, Most music is slower. If we do a single time to the slow music, it's much too draggy. We want to pick it up, fill up the music with triple time. So, triple time is to do a triple step and a triple step replacing the two singles, and then still the same back step. So just showing that guy's part, stepping side small with your left, then ball of foot only with your right, and then replacing left. And then side right, ball of foot, replacing right, and then rock, step like we did in the single. So triple step and triple step. That ball of foot step is very important because there's only 2 beats. In the single count, we had to hold for 2 beats and hold for 2 beats and rock step. Now we need to fit 3 foot movements into 2 beats. So this is going to be worth 3/4 of a beat. This is going to be 1/4 of a beat, very short, and then a full beat. And if you do your math on that, that adds up to 2, right? And the lady's part, same thing. She's going right foot, whole foot, ball of foot only, and then replacing it, and then side, ball of foot, and replacing it to the count of 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and rock, step, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and rock. Now we can take all the steps that we've used in the single count and apply them for a triple count. So we've got a basic step, triple step back. First we did the right turning, underarm turn for the ladies. So let's show the man's part for that. The men will do a triple, and always moving sideways. He'll go triple left. He'll turn a 1/4 of a turn and rock step on his triple. And the lady will go from the basic. She's going to go side right, and then turning half a turn to go side left, and then rock step. The second step was the turn for the ladies to the left, where she went underneath like so. And the guy's part for that, from the open position, will be side left, turning to the right to face the lady, side right, and then rock step. And the lady's part will be from an open position, from the rock step, she's going to go side and rock step. And then the last step we did was the throwaway, where the guy's going to turn to the left, release the hold, and back step. So just to review, we've got a basic step, ladies underarm turn to the right, ladies underarm turn to the left, and the throwaway. And now what I'd like to do is we'll just try that to music, show you what it's all going to look like when we put it together. Okay, now I think it's time to get into some more advanced steps.
Oh, good.
Let's start with the cuddle. The cuddle is a step, it starts with a basic, and we're going to take 2 hands. And from that, we're going to use both turns that we used. Initially, we did a turn to the right and turn to the left for the lady. Now we're going to reverse that. She's going to do the turn to the left first while I keep both hands. She's going to wrap in, triple step, and rock step, and then using her right foot first, triple. You're going to turn to the right this time, triple step, and rock step. So, just to show the man's part for that, his footwork from the basic step, triple step, back step. He's going to raise his left hand, and he's going to turn his body about a 1/4 of a turn to make space for the lady. Then he's going to do his second triple step with his right and back step. Then during the triple step on the left, he's going to raise his hand, and then she's going to be able to turn out of that cuddle position on the second triple. And I'm reviewing the lady's part a little bit slower. we're going to do a basic step, triple step, rock step. He's going to raise her hand, she's going to triple in, he's going to keep both hands. Now, she's got a big turn to make on her right foot, turning in. We're sort of diagonally facing each other. We do a rock step together. Now, many times the ladies try to get out right away here. She should allow that first triple to happen, then turn, triple step, and rock step. So we end up with a basic step, triple step, rock step, turning in, turn, triple step, rock step, triple step, and rock step.
Just a couple of quick notes about this pattern. We keep with the same timing that we have for the basic. We're still doing the 2 triples and then our back step or rock step. And the other thing is a note for the ladies and also the gentlemen. The feeling that we have of connection between our hands and arms as I go through the pattern is exactly the same. There's no more strain on the upper hand or on the lower hand or a sense of pull. They feel the same. Even though one hand is up and one hand is down, it feels the same going in, no matter what the shape is, and it feels the same coming out. Equally supportive.
And keeping that tone so we can communicate to each other as we're doing the step.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to move on to this, what we call the stop and go. Now the stop and go is something particularly different about it than the other patterns, and that is that it changes the rhythm from the usual 2 triples and a rock step to only doing 1 triple and a rock step. So what we'll do is from a separated position, let's say we've just done a step, we continue from a back step, we do an underarm turn as normal, triple step, but now the man puts his hand on the lady's back, and as she turns, he's going to do a rock step forward with his right, she's going to do a rock step back with her left, and then we're going to break that rhythm to go back to the triple step right away. Therefore, we end up with rock, step, triple step, and rock, step, triple step, and rock, step, triple step, and rock, step, triple step. So, to show the man's part, from the basic, he's done a back step, and now he'll do that same quarter turn to the left, as he does on many of the steps, but this time, he's going to rock forward right, flex your knees, and then triple step, backward again. We'll show that one more time. It's triple step, forward right, replace left, and triple step, and rock step facing the lady as always. The lady's part is to go from, we'll take it from the back step, is to do an underarm turn, turning left, triple step to the right on her right foot, and then rock step with her left foot, and replace, triple step, turning again to the right to return back where you started. And we'll do that one more time. It's triple step and rock step and triple step and back step to an open position.
So an important note for this step would be, well, how am I going to know when the gentleman is leading this or the regular underarm turn? And guys, what you have to do to make the leading clear for this is we dance the pattern, rock step. It should be triple and then catch on the lady's back or her shoulder. So she doesn't continue through like she's going to finish with triple step, rock step. So once again, the leading change for this would be we dance the rock step and then we dance triple, catch on the lady's back, rock step, triple step, rock step.
And just to say one more thing about that pattern, the second thing is many times we have more steps to move along together, but on this step, we're moving in opposite directions. So if we're not careful about the size of the steps, you can step a little too big and then you'll get too much stretch on it. So we'll dance that just a little smaller than usual, back step, triple step, so we've got space now to do an easy rock step. Great. Next step, we're going to do what's called a push spin. A push spin is a step where you're going to change hands, and from a basic, the gentleman's going to lead the lady toward him while he gives a little more pressure in his arm so that she can do a spin on her right foot and dance back to open facing position. All right, so the gentleman then on that pattern from the back step will do a triple step. Better to go slightly forward so that you can put your right side toward the lady. So you'll go slightly forward, and then as she spins, you can just line yourself back up to an open facing position. And the lady's going to dance from a back step, also dancing forward, on the right, triple step, and then spin on the right foot, turning, and then triple step, continuing to turn back to open facing position. And the number one point for this step is to make sure you've got a little more pressure so you can press into each other. And gentlemen, what I do is rather than give the lady too much lead, I give her a strong arm and let her push off so she gets the amount of pressure that she wants.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's nice for the lady to have some control, that she keeps herself in balance. And another point for the ladies, we still have that classic basic step timing with the 2 triples. And I do go forward into the gentleman, triple step, and I spin there. And on the second triple, I complete the turn that I didn't do with the spin. So once again, that's rock step, triple spin, and I didn't make it all the way around to my partner. So on the second triple, I dance to face him, and he catches my arm.
All right, we've got one more step in this segment. We call it shoulder taps. Very dynamic step. We'll also have a crossed hand hold on this, which we could take maybe from an underarm turn where we would cross the hands. And now what we'll do is alternating turns behind each other, facing and behind, and then a push spin that we just learned we'll use at the end, back to the basic. So for this step, the gentleman from the back step will be turning on each triple. You turn to the right on your right foot, triple step side to get behind the lady, and then a little less turn, but turning on your left foot so she can get behind you. Turning right foot so you can get behind her, turning left foot, she's behind you, turning right foot. And anytime you go onto your left foot, you can set up the push spin and then finish the step with the end of your basic triple right and back step. And the lady will do sort of the natural opposite. She'll turn on each triple, triple step, turn, triple step, turn, triple step, turn, triple step, turn, triple step. Then we'll take that ending with that push spin and rock step. And I think one of the points for this step would be tone in the arm and make sure you turn your foot. Turning on your foot, on your foot, on your foot, and then take the push spin. So let's just do a quick review on the steps that we did in this segment. We started with a cuddle. And then we went into a stop and go. So I'll release the hand and rock. I'm going to change hands to do a push spin. I'm going to keep the hands changed to go into the shoulder taps. And one more push spin. And we can go back to the basic. Let's show you that to music. We've got just a few minutes left, so what we'd like to do now is show you a couple of technical tips that we would use at any level. We find from our own teaching and dancing professionally that some of the tips that we learned at a high level work really well even at the first level. Mm-hmm. So the number one tip is, we've talked about it just briefly, you need to keep tone in your body at all times in any dance, and this tone resonates out through the arms. Now in swing, because we don't have that typical dance position, we keep the tone in the body and arm that's connected. We can be very relaxed with the free arm. Now, as soon as we release this dance position, we then need to transfer that tone into the connected arm. And that way, whatever step we're doing, we can stay together, and I can have a better choice of steps to lead. The second point is that you must always make sure that you don't dance the patterns only with the feet, and that you want to make sure that you compress your body into your legs, so that way you can get the rhythm of the dancing to come through in your body, not only in your feet. Okay, so if we did a basic, we would go triple step down in the legs, keeping the tone, and then we would transfer that into the arm and be able to lead. And the one last point we want to say is, it's always better to turn patterns than to keep them square in any dance. So if we do the underarm turn and back break, we would rotate the underarm turn, of course, but even on the back break, if we could keep some rotation in the back break, it'll make the dancing much more full and relaxed looking and feeling. And lastly, you've got this arm. You should always keep it about waist level so it doesn't look like it doesn't know what to do. And that can also rotate a little bit with the turn, keep a nice relaxed look. Okay, well, that's all the time we've got. Thank you for joining us. See you on the dance floor. We're going to end our show by dancing the steps that we've done in order, and then we're going to mix them up, show you how to lead them.